Let's take a look at some chart action for Chainlink. This was a user request, so I just wanted to look at this real quick. And I was mainly looking at the total crypto market right now, and I think that could be a big signal. Let me look at that real quick. Let me just show you that real quick. I made a YouTube short about this, and what I'm watching right now, we go to the 1 hour time frame, and it looks like we have a rising wedge, rising triangle, something like that. We could break to the upside or we could break to the downside. I'm not really sure. I think if we break to the downside, hopefully we'll get some support down here, and if we break to the upside, we're going to get a nice little pump. But with that being said, we're still waiting for a break to the upside or the downside. But let's take a look at Chainlink and see what this kind of looks like. So this was kind of so with Chainlink, let's go to the 4 hour time frame. We have an uptrend going something like this, and then we have resistance, resistance, and resistance, resistance, all in this area. So what I would do is maybe draw a trend line from these bottom ones going upwards, something like this. And it looks like we have some sort of triangle pattern, like rising wedge, rising triangle, ascending triangle, should I say. And it looks like we're coming up on this resistance over here. So I'm curious if we're going to break out of these levels right here, out of this resistance zone right here, or if it's going to be like a fake out and come back down and kind of fulfill that rising wedge pattern, something like that, and have to like maybe retest on the 180. And like I said, I'm really watching the total crypto market. So if the total crypto market starts going to the upside, then I'll have a better idea what this chart is going to do, the Chainlink. So yeah, if it did break to the upside, I would say let's target from the top to the bottom of this triangle. It almost looks like inverse head and shoulders maybe, but I don't really like trading on that. I'd rather trade it off based off a triangle. And so we'll drag that top to the bottom to the breakout, and we're looking at a target of around 35.34 if we can keep this momentum going to the upside. We also had a big downtrend going something like this, it looks like, and we also had a bottom something like this. So this kind of looks like a falling wedge as well, which the target would be somewhere up here at around $34, something like that. Maybe somewhere right there. The top of this wick right here is around 35.89. So this reminds me of a lot of what Cardano just did. It looks almost very close to it. There's an uptrend going, and then we had previous resistance and then a resistance, and we actually broke that trend line, and then we came up to the previous support or previous resistance. The other thing that you can see, though, we're on the daily time frame, and we have this 180 moving average right here. It's coming in right at around 28.25. That might give us some trouble right there as well if we continue to head up and try to get to this target right here. So we might come up, get rejected, have to come down, retest this trend line, and then have to come back up. But we're going to have to wait and see when we cross this level right here. Alright, if you guys like these videos, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to keep up to date.